The Whisper in the Dark. The old house at the end Elm Street had been abandoned for decades. Its windows were shattered, its roof and the yard was an overgrown jungle of thorns and weeds. No one dared to go near it except for Sarah. Sarah had always been drawn to the house, had heard the stories about the family that once lived there, how they vanished one night without a trace. The police found nothing but an empty home, a cold dinner on the table, and a single bloody handprint on the wall. Curiosity got the better of her. One moonless, Sarah crept into the house, flashlight in hand. The air was thick dust, and the floorboards groaned under her weight. She wandered through the rooms, her heart pounding in her chest. In the kitchen, she found the table still set, the plates covered in a thick layer of grime. The bloodstain on the wall had faded to a rusty brown, but it was still there, a silent reminder of whatever horror had taken place. Then she heard it, a faint whisper, so soft she almost thought she'd imagined it. "Sarah." Her blood turned to ice. She spun around, shining the flashlight into the darkness. The beam caught nothing but shadows. "Who's there?" she called, her voice trembling. The whisper came again, louder this time. "Sarah?" It was coming from the basement. Against her better judgment, Sarah followed it. The stairs creaked under her feet, and the air grew colder with each step. At the bottom, she found a single light bulb dangling from the ceiling, swinging gently as if someone had just touched it. The whisper turned into a chorus, voices overlapping, growing louder and louder until they were almost deafening. "Stay with us. Forever." She turned to run, but the stairs were gone. The walls began to close in, the whispers swelling into screams. The last thing she saw before the darkness swallowed her was the bloody handprint on the wall, now fresh and dripping. The next morning, the house stood silent and still as always. But if you listen closely on a quiet night, you might hear a whisper. It's soft at first, but you foolish enough to follow, you'll join Sarah, and the house will its secrets forever.